Fuss is all about, they're just trying to find out who's Judy, who's Judy. Someone please lend us a hand, solve this mystery if you can. Is he mice or is he man? Just who's Judy, who's Judy, who's Judy. One dark night about 3:30, I saw an owl up in a tree. He looked down and yelled at me, who's Judy? G-Man Hoover's getting moody, got his men on double duty, trying to find out who's Judy, who's Judy.
I assure you, Biden knows who destroyed the World Trade Center. The problem is he's not the one that made this country a pack of cowards and delusional morons. They're the ones who turned on the television. They're the ones who watched Fox News for 20 years. The history of the Tea Party, the 9/11 Truth Movement, I've only written about 4 million words on this. I live in the middle of this all day, every day. And with the exception of Kevin Barrett and Jim Fetzer, just about, and Fetzer, and of course these guys, what information they get from me. I'm the only person that doesn't get information from mysterious, unknown emails on the Internet. We have 1 million police in the U.S. We also have 15 million people in prisons, probation, or varying forms of lockdown tied to drug problems. 15 million, more than the Soviet Gulag ever had. But why? Because people that never talked about these things before, people that are not militia crazies, people that are not vicious anti-Semites like both of us are. I'm a self-hating Jew, but you're an anti-Semite. And you know you've been hosed if you think that the Koch brothers shall. Let's compare two people. Romney is being funded with, probably $1 billion will come through Sheldon Adelson. 1 million will go to Obama from George Soros. And you get emails all day long, I certainly get them, we all get them, that say that George Soros is the one that's running the world secretly, okay, and that he's an evil individual because he's Jewish and has worked in the insurance business. And yet, if you had George Soros on here with us, George Soros happens to agree with everything we say. George Soros is not a bad person. George Soros spends his money trying to get as much truth out as he can. He is not politically the same as any of these people. I don't care if he's Jewish or came from Hungary or worked in the insurance business. He supports common, normal American people.
Senior editor of Veterans Today, Gordon Duff. Gordon, welcome back. And your last comment was that you were in agreement that, yes, there is a genocide of white people occurring around the world. And one of the things I could recommend for every white person out there is to have more kids. Don't have more, have a lot more. We've been duped into this whole thing about saying that, we should be responsible, not overpopulate. Well, the blacks and the browns and the Asians, they've not held back, and we're being bred out of existence. In this whole race mixing thing, the whole thing is just, we need more white people. Without white people, there is no civilization.
But I'm not sure I like white people because, frankly, there's a reason white people are being bred out of existence, because the average IQ, when the IQ of Americans dropped from 100 to 83. That's not the brown people in the U.S. That's the white people. The white people in the U.S. have bred themselves back into the trees.
What suggestions do you make to the people who want to make a difference and want to make this country a free country again?
Well, I'd like to tell you to only go on the Internet and read alternative news websites. The problem is 95% of the websites that say 80% of what Mike and I are saying take we've been hijacked. My own words show up almost continually. My God, in the mainstream press from over the last few years. I don't know any imaginable way you can get information. First of all, because about 30% based on what I believe, and you know what? Who says I'm right? But according to my beliefs, and I have as good access to information as anyone in the world, probably, anyone I know of, about 30% of what's on veterans today is patently false. About 40% of what I write is at least purposely partially false, because if I didn't write false information, I wouldn't be alive. I simply have to do that. I write anything I write, I write between the lines. One of the reasons we're focusing on Arizona this year is because it is the direction the rest of the country is heading in, where people live in fear, where you can sit down in Sierra Vista, look out your back window, and watch meth runners walk across a border that the U.S. could have blocked decades ago, and they keep bringing it in, and they stop at I-10 and load it onto cars and trucks, and it's sent off, and we could block that border any day. We